my name is Aspen, and with me I have a Canon EOS. It is a Rebel XTI. It's relatively old now, a little outdated, but it'd be great for beginners because it's only about $100 and it doesn't have too many settings to deal with. Today I want to talk about shutter speed, ISO, and aperture. These three things combined make exposure. And exposure is where the perfect amount of light that is let into your camera so that your light areas aren't too light and your dark areas aren't too dark. First off, I want to talk about the settings that we have on this camera. This camera has this little green triangle, and this little green triangle represents the complete auto setting. The complete auto setting doesn't give you really any creativity or artistic ability, but it is great for quick photos that are going to be relatively good. This is the portrait setting, this is landscape setting, this is the micro setting, so if you're taking pictures of flowers or insects or anything small, this is going to be a great setting. This is the sports setting, so if you're taking pictures of cars or people playing basketball, anything moving quick, you can use that. This is the low light profile, so if you're taking pictures of people in low light situations, you can use that. This is the no flash button, so if you're at a concert or something and you don't want your flash going off, that's what you want to use. Today we're going to be using this M, which is the manual setting. So, first I want to show you how to change the shutter speed. It's pretty simple. You're just going to use this wheel, and it's going to change this right here. Shutter speed is how fast the shutter closes and opens. So the longer that the shutter is open, the more light is going to be let in. So such as 2 seconds, it's going to be open for 2 seconds, which is going to let in a lot of light. So if you're in a very low light situation, 2 seconds is going to be great. But if you're in a normal situation, you're probably going to want to use about 150. 150 is a very common shutter speed, but if you're in a very high light situation, it's very light out outside, you might want to use an even faster shutter speed. Next I want to talk about aperture, which is going to be this. It's also called the f-stop because it's got this F in front of it. So what you're going to do is press this AV button, and then you're going to use the same wheel and roll it back and forth. As you can see, it's getting smaller. So what aperture is the diameter of the lens in here. So if you have a bigger diameter, it's going to obviously let more light in. The smaller diameter is going to let a lot less light in. So this is basically saying what the diameter is. It's divided by 100, so it's going to be a lot smaller than it looks. Like it's not 10 anything really. But you can change it to be a bigger diameter, smaller diameter. Lastly, we're going to talk about ISO. And let me get this back on. I don't have a CF card, so I can't take any pictures at the moment. Alright, so ISO, click this button, it says ISO right on it. And on this camera, you have 5 settings. On other cameras, you're probably going to have a lot more choices than just these 5. ISO is the sensitivity to light. So the more sensitive, the higher the number. The more sensitive the camera is to light, the more light it's going to let in. So 1600 is very high ISO. The trade-off with having a high ISO is that the picture is going to have graininess, noisiness, which might be great for artisticness. Some people like to have grain in their pictures, but for the most part, it's not really what people want. So they're going to have to use a smaller ISO and a higher aperture or higher shutter speed. These three things combined, again, create exposure, which is very, very important for your photos. Overall, there isn't an exact way to do it, and the best way to get used to these settings is to practice with them. Take your camera and just go take pictures. They don't have to be perfect. DSLR cameras aren't as complicated as they seem, and like I said, the best way to get used to them is to practice. So I hope this helped you understand your camera a little bit better, and thanks for watching.